Okay, everybody, in studio with us, as I mentioned in our last segment from the Ann Carlson Center, two wonderful ladies, Trish Page and Stef Kaiser. Good morning, ladies. Great to have you in studio with us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Stef, we're going to start with you. Most folks maybe have heard of Ann Carlson, and maybe they haven't, but let's give us the very simple understanding and explanation of what the Ann Carlson Center is, the history, the function, all those details of the Ann Carlson Center. Because obviously, you've worked there how long, Steph?
Since 2010.
Okay, so you're 7 years in, if my math is suiting me correctly. And what do you do at the Ann Carlson Center?
I run the early intervention program in Fargo.
Okay, but Ann Carlson and early intervention, some people may not know what that means, so help us understand.
So early intervention is the program that serves kids 0 to 3 and that have delays or are at risk for delays. And we go to the family, we serve them in their home, provide all sorts of services, connect them with other services that they might need, and really coach parents on the things that they can do to help their child learn.
So Ann Carlson and what you're doing is essentially helping kids who have kids and adults, right? I mean, it's like a huge spectrum who have developmental delays or maybe some special needs, right?
Yep. And early intervention, we can even serve kids that were just really early, those micro preemies that really just are at risk and eventually do very well. So we have the whole gamut.
So if I understand the Ann Carlson Center correctly, you said that you're helping kids in their homes. But I hear the Ann Carlson Center. Like, what's the difference? Are you like a location that everybody goes to, or do you go to people?
Well, Ann Carlson has all sorts of services. So there are services in Jamestown where there is a center, but in Fargo and the surrounding communities, we go to the home. We meet the family in their home or their child care and provide services there. And all the other services in Fargo are provided in their home as well.
A fabulous thing that you're doing. Trisha, I want to jump to you here. You have been with Ann Carlson for how long, and what's your role?
I have been with Ann Carlson officially for a year now.
Congratulations. Happy anniversary. I got you the coffee that you brought in.
Right, awesome. Yeah, so I came from the state working with autism and merged into behavioral health and have taken over autism services in the statewide presence. And we also are working on getting services in homes, keeping kids in their homes and in their communities and out of the center and out of the places away from their families. We want to keep them tucked in close to their moms and dads and friends.
I don't think anybody has any clue or impact of the Ann Carlson Center. Like, how big of an organization is this?
Ann Carlson is 700 employees.
Whoa, 7 in the state of North Dakota?
In the state of North Dakota.
700 employees.
Right. So we serve children all across the state. Fargo is one of our bigger hubs, but we provide services all the way from Wahpeton to Williston. So we have kiddos that we are serving and adults that we're serving pretty much everywhere. Pick a small town and we're probably there. So that's been great. The focus of what we do is to really plug kids into their homes and their communities in with their neighbors. So it's behavioral health is a newer. It started a year ago when I started up, and we're really embracing and partnering with all of our other services to get to families.
So you're helping kids, you're helping adults who maybe don't get the necessary help that they need from their families, simply a lack of resources and a lack of availability. Is that a fair assessment?
I think families always do the very best that they can. You'll never meet a family that says, "Oh, well, I'm only doing it halfway." But there's a lot of tools that run counterintuitive to the people we serve sometimes. For example, I think Stef encounters it just as much as I do. There's something called sensory processing disorder. And what it means is they get weirded out by touch, whether they don't feel it or they feel it too much. And so for some of the kids that we serve with autism or just sensory processing and that have the behavioral issues, parents want to hug their kids. That's what our intuition says to do when they get hurt and our kids can't handle it. So it's teaching what can we do to help them so that parents can engage their children and feel like that lovely, cozy feeling and the kids don't feel weirded out by what's going on. And so it's just kind of taking and dismantling things so that everybody can understand what's going on, and then those moments happen and that connection happens, and it's a really great thing to watch unfold.
So you're loving people where they're at,
Absolutely,
and helping people who are just genuinely wanting a chance at life, right?
Right.
Steph, let me ask you this: what kind of need does the Ann Carlson Center have right now? I'd imagine money. I'd imagine volunteers. Like, what are the things that you need right now? Because I hear you two explaining what you're doing and who you're helping, and I can't help but have my heart go pitter patter a little bit to say, like, I feel like I need to do something or a way to learn more or to help. What would that be?
Well, check out our website. It'd be a good way to start. We're always looking just to spread the word of what services are available, letting people know, because I don't know that people always recognize that there are services available in their community, even in the rural communities, because we go to them. They don't necessarily have to travel to us.
That's a big deal. Trish, where do you guys get your funding from? Is it private donors? Is it government funding? Where do you get your bucks?
Well, that's a great question. We have families that donate. We have a great donor base. We have a foundation. The Ann Center has a foundation. We also have state funding for many of our services. The center is state funded primarily. And so there's a good mix going on all over the place. Donations are always, we participate in Giving Hearts Day. We have other activities, our Game On golf event, and Suits and Sandals in Bismarck. And actually today there's a Game On going on. So there's a lot of opportunities for people to donate in different capacities. Raffles. I think, like Stef said, if you check out our website, it's AnnCenter, ANNECENTER.org.
So folks, if you're listening, go to anncenter.org, find out how you can get involved, how you can learn more. And I just want to say on behalf of the Fargo-Moorhead community and the entire state of North Dakota, thank you for doing some good. This is a real estate radio show, and so it always seems a little bit of a stretch for us to feature something like this. And yet this is always about community, and it's always about how we take care of our own, and it's always about how we can love on one another. And I think that gives us a really great place to live. So ladies, thank you on behalf of the entire state of North Dakota.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
You bet. Folks, in the meantime, head to livefargomoorhead.com, and if you're on the internet, check out anncenter.org as well. This is Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch.